It comes like this, always at the left. Your two middle finger does the work. There's no amount of pleats. You pleat until you have enough to cover the back of your gele with. There's no amount of pleats to make. This comes directly on top of the natural hairlines. Don't you put it on top of the forehead because you don't want to ruin your makeup. The hairlines. Now you walk slowly. I'll give her one part to press trap côté. You walk slowly. You walk slowly. Slowly. When you get used to it, you can be very fast. Trap. And we come to the back to arrange. We open. This is the big one and this is the small one. Always this big one goes under and the small one comes on top. Half of the smaller one is what I'm taking and everything for this big one. Everything for this big one and half for the smaller one. While I give her the small one to hold. Trap, sir. Let's set it. Okay. We'll come to the front. Next, we come in with our 6 pleats. You can either play it like this, or you take your first one and you continue, whichever way is comfortable for you. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to continue with the other method, whichever one is okay for you. But for this second foundation, is 6 steps on top of each other. This one, no amount of pleats, it's like your staircase. But this second one is 6 pleats on top of each other. So this is 1, 2, 3, with pleats on top, 4, 5, and 6, directly on top of each other. We continue the same thing to middle of the head and back to the other earline. To middle of the head and back to the other earline. Back to the other earline. I'll ask her to do the small one and give her to press this. Faut trap de côté encore. No, de côté encore. Oui, oui. Ici et ici. Oui, oui. Trap bien. We come to the back. We open up again. This was a smaller one she was holding before. This still remains the bigger one. Now for this bigger one, in between the 1, 2 step, in between the number 2 step, I'm going to do it like this to get my tying hand. And still taking the same half for the first one. I'm not taking everything for the small one. Half. Now always, this is always the first small tying hand. Always this small tying hand should always come on top and never go under. Remember, always comes on top and never goes under. So it comes like this and it goes under and we tie flat. You tie flat so you get a better tying. Then before you take this one here to the middle so both shoulders can be balanced. Or maybe go a bit tight, then I'll tie for the second time. This second time it doesn't need to come too tight because we're still going to loosen it up to continue our gele. We'll come to the front. Now if you're having it like this, then you know you've come a long way and you can continue. But if it's not balanced and the shoulders like this, it means you're having mistakes somewhere. You have to lose up that gele and start again. Now we're going to be working with 1 inch. This is the business of today. This is our first foundation, second foundation, or the third foundation is the beauty of the gele. Now your fingers are what are doing the work. You find 1 inch you're comfortable with and you trace it till the end. You don't make it go bigger or smaller. You trace that same 1 inch till the very end. You trace that same 1 inch till the end. That same 1 inch to the end. And that's it. You arrange. Your fingers are what are doing the work in gele. Your fingers. You arrange very, very well. Your fingers are what are doing the work. You arrange very, very well with no mistake in this place. Don't hide any pleats. Whichever pleat you hide, that thing is going to affect you later. So you don't hide anyone. As soon as you're done with this part, the rest areas comes very easy. All you have to do is to start tracing them. Is to start tracing the same thing. Continue the same thing, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. The same thing, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing, till the other end. Till the other end. Continue the same thing, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. You're not adding, you're not minusing. You're not adding, you're not minusing. You continue the same thing to the other end. You're not adding, you're not minusing, you continue the same thing. Your fingers are what are doing the work. Your fingers. Your fingers are what are doing the work. Your fingers are what are doing the work. You're not adding, you're not minusing, tracing the same thing to the other end. Tracing the same thing to the other end. And we come to the back. We tie it twice, we will be losing one, like this, and we're going to trace everything here inside. We're going to relax and trace everything here inside, and we tie this O2. You don't tie this one. Tie this O2 in case of you want to increase the gele more, you want to reduce it or increase it, is from here. And we take everything in and we make use of just one pin. I hope this is very, very easy. Just one pin. You cover neatly. Relax and cover neatly. Make use of one pin. Your pinning should always go in and come out. Don't just put it and leave it there. It should go in and come out. We'll go to the front to arrange. This is what we are having, and we arrange our gele. We relax and arrange neatly, balancing both shoulders to be the same thing. You try your possible best in balancing both shoulders to be the same thing. And balancing both shoulders to be the same thing. Your gele should not fall on the shoulders, your gele should come on top. Your gele should not fall on the shoulders, it should be sitting on top. Everything on top of each other. Don't hide any pleats, bring everything out. You're not to hide any pleats. To bring everything out. Moving the ears or earrings. And push back a bit, but since you've already placed on the hairlines, it's still very okay. So this is it for our gele and makeup. And this is it for today. Any questions?